Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Letitia with Barefoot Gardening. I hope that you are doing well. So today is the day. I'm going to take some cuttings from this lemon tree, and I've actually already taken one. And I think that's all I'm going to do on the lemon, and then I'm going to take a cutting as well from the calamundan tree and try to root them. So that is my task. That is my goal to get really, really good at taking cuttings, rooting them, and growing new trees and new plants. So the Meyer lemon, I have already taken a cutting, like I said. I'm going to show you that. I'm a beginner. I don't really know what I'm doing. I have watched some videos, have done some research. So I'm going to do the best that I possibly can, but we're going to see. I've already put the cutting in some water, so I'll show you that in just a second. And then I'm going to use the soil that I sanitized yesterday. So I will have a video about that that came out that I will put out before this one. So if you haven't watched that one, then go back and watch that. But I am sanitizing soil. And the goal is to decrease the occurrence of fungus gnats in the house. Sometimes the fungus gnat eggs are in the soil that we purchase. This particular mix is a citrus mix. It's mostly peat moss, sand, which makes it a loomy soil, and perlite. So and loomy just means very, very, very well draining. So I'm hoping that that will be decent. We'll try it. And then I'm going to take a second set of cuttings further on in the fall, winter time, and do that with just peat moss and perlite and see if there's a difference between the two mediums. If it's quicker to root, in my experience, using the citrus mix versus just peat moss and perlite. So we'll just see. But hold on just a second and I'll show you the cutting. So I took the cutting from here. I'm pretty sure that you can see that right there. I cut at an angle, and I'm not really sure if I cut at the right place, but what I do know is you basically get the fruits at the tops of the leaves. Like, so there's some here. These or at least blooms. Some of them will be fruits. And I'm seeing that consistency on this tree. It's basically at the very, very top. And matter of fact, here's some that is along the stem. So I'm just cutting right above a set of leaves, and it's done. So there's nothing I can do to take that back. And then I place it in some water. So this water is just water from the sink, from the tap, and it's been setting out probably about 3 or 4 days. And you don't have to do that, but what I'm trying to do is just decrease the amount of chlorine in the water. So apparently if you leave the water out a few days, the chlorine will evaporate in the air. So this is the cutting, and there's actually 2 stems. So I think I'm going to actually clip one of them off, and that way I actually have 2, and that's okay. I can deal with that. So give me 1 second, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I have this cutting. This is the Meyer lemon tree, and of course you can see that I have some buds. So I'm going to gently just take those off, because what I want to do, and sometimes you might just need to clip them, is to focus on, again, rooting this cutting. So I don't really care that it bears fruit at this time. And so I'm just kindly or gently taking those buds off. And then another thing is, oh my gosh, 1 second. Okay, sorry. Thought I was having an emergency there, but everything's good. So here's the cutting again. I think I'm going to clip it here as well, right at the node, and have 2 cuttings. One's going to be shorter than the other, and then and that's okay. But I'm just gonna take the knife or scissors, and I'm gonna clip right here. And guys, I'm not saying that this is the right way to do it. Again, I'm just kind of going off what I've seen. So now I have two perfectly good cuttings. And of course, we don't want to leave all the leaves on. So I'm going to take some of the leaves off as well. And matter of fact, most of them, because again, I want to root this cutting. So I'm going to personally, I'll just do this one, take off that many leaves. So I took off all of them except two. And then I'm going to cut these in half. And the reason why I'm leaving the leaves apparently is so photosynthesis can occur, and you know, the tree or the plant gets its energy from the sun, and the leaves help with that whole photosynthesis process. So this is a great cutting in my opinion. And then I'm going to score the sides of the stem, as well. So just take off a little bit of that cambium layer, I think is what it's called, or maybe that is the cambium layer. So I'm seeing that like green. Do y'all see that? And I'm going to do that on both sides, just like that. And then apparently roots will also come out from the nodes is what I'm hearing. So I'm actually going to score all the way up. And this is, I'm not saying this is the right way to do it. This is the way I'm doing it. So, and I'm going to drop it right back in the water for now until I get the other one ready and get ready to put it in some soil. All right, so here is my soil mixture. Again, this is the citrus mix for, it does really well for citrus, succulents, and palms. Again, mostly peat moss, perlite, and sand, according to the ingredients on the bag. So I'm just going to fill this cup up as much as I can with the soil, and I have sanitized it. Again, it doesn't mean it works 100%, but again, we're trying to decrease the occurrence of fungus gnats in the house. And I heard that you can also use neem oil in the home as well, and that's all good. But I haven't done that yet. So take out that. But just filling my cup up and to put the cuttings in, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I got my cups filled with soil, and the soil is pretty damp. I'm gonna add a little bit more water to it, but the goal here is to try not to overwater because I'm so good at that. And by the way, I did put holes in the bottom of the cup on the side. I cut slits in the sides of the cup so water can drain out into these cute little pitchers that I got for $1 at Target. Aren't they so cute? So I'm going to take the cuttings and just simply make a hole in the soil. Hold on, let me get something to make a hole. Okay, and right in the middle, I'm just going to go all the way down. I am not putting rooting hormone on this. Just kind of want to see what happens. And here are my beautiful cuttings. Okay, and I'm just going to stick it all the way down, or mostly, and compact the soil around the cutting, push the soil down. I'm not going to add any more soil right now.
You can do it, Mom. You can do it.
Thank you, little big girl farmer. She's rooting me along here. And again, just compacting the soil around it. But that's that. We have two beautiful citrus cuttings. And hopefully we can get them to root and grow beautifully. Thank you all for watching. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. Tell everybody bye and thank you for watching.
Bye. Thank you for watching.